Okay, hello second graders. Today we're going to be looking at lesson 7-3. They're going to be asking us to continue to practice with addition and subtraction problems, and we're going to find that on page 403. So if you can please make sure you have your materials out. I'm going to share my workspace with you here. Alrighty, lesson 7-3 is where we're at. Page 403 is the page number. I see Jada on this page, and I'm going to go ahead and read the story that she's sharing with us. It says, Aaron has 17 more books than Isabella. Aaron has 44 books. How many books does Isabella have? Solve any way you choose. Show your work. Okay, well, I'm going to begin by identifying important information. So I know from the story that Aaron has 17 more books than Isabella, which means that Isabella has less books, right? That's another way of thinking about it. If Aaron has more, then Isabella has less. And I also know that Aaron has 44 books. Okay, so once I've identified my numbers, I'm going to want to organize them. And we've talked about parts to whole chart being a great way to organize your information. So once again, if Aaron has more, Isabella has less. And we're trying to figure out how many Isabella has, right? So altogether, Aaron has 44 books. That's going to be my whole for this parts to whole chart, 44, okay? We know that Aaron has 17 more than Isabella. What we don't know is how many Isabella has. This is the unknown that we're solving for. All right, now once my information is organized, I know that if I'm solving for an unknown part, then I want to subtract, right? That would be 44, take away 17 to solve. Okay, another way I could think about it is 17 plus something equals 44. I could also think about it that way. Okay, but for now I'm going to go ahead and use this equation to solve. So once again, you can use any strategy you want. I know lining up tens and ones is one that a lot of you have become very comfortable with. So we can go ahead and try that together here. I have 44 minus 17, and separate my tens and ones. Okay, I'm going to start in my ones place, and I see 4 minus 7, which I know I can't do, so I'm going to borrow a 10. Now instead of 4 tens, I have 3 tens, so I'm going to change that. And that 10 that I borrowed is going to get added to the 4. So instead of 4, I now have 14. Okay, now I have 14 take away 7, which gives me 7. And 3 take away 1, which gives me 2, for a total of 27. Okay, so if I take that back to my parts to whole, 27 is my missing part, and that's how many books Isabella has. Okay, so just to recap, Isabella has 17 books, right? Isabella has 27 books. Aaron has 17 more than her. That gives her a total of 44. Okay, alrighty, let's go ahead and turn to the next page. See Jada there again at the top. I'm going to go ahead and read this part for us. Julie has 18 more pictures than Landon. Julie has 37 pictures. How many pictures does Landon have? All right, so you can see they use a bar diagram, which is kind of the same concept as a parts to whole chart. The important information is that Julie has 18 more pictures than Landon, and Julie has 37 pictures. So once again, if Julie has more, Landon has less, right? So Landon is going to be one of the parts that we're solving for. Altogether, Julie has 37 pictures. Okay, that's 18 more than Landon has, and we're trying to solve for Landon's amount. All right, so Jada tells us the diagram helps you show what you know. Okay, Landon has 18 fewer pictures than Julie. You can subtract to find the answer. Okay, so yeah, if we're solving for an unknown part, we know our operation is going to be subtraction. Okay, so 37 take away 18 equals something. And you can see Jada used the lining up strategy as well. She put 37 minus 18 to begin with. Okay, she started by adding in the ones place. She knew she couldn't do 7 take away 8, so she had to go next door to borrow. She borrowed 110, so that 3 became a 2, and the 10 that she borrowed got added to the 7, so now instead of 7, there's 17. 17 take away 8 is 9, and 2 take away 1 is 1, for a total of 19. Okay, so in the last box, they do tell us that we can add to check our answer. So remember with the first example, we recapped. So that's kind of what she's doing here, and she's also checking our answer. So you can recall, we take the answer that we get from a subtraction problem and we float it up to the top, right, 19, and then we add the other part, which is 18. So 9 plus 8 gives me 17. I can't put my 2 digits in one spot, so I'm going to have to carry my 1, put my 7 below, and then in my tens place I have 1 plus 1 plus 1, which gives me 3, for a sum of 37, and you can see that matches the hole that we had in the bar diagram. All right? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the guided practice. The directions ask us to solve the problem any way you choose. Use drawings and equations to help. All right, number 1. The second grade has 19 more students than the first grade. The second grade has 68 students. How many students does the first grade have? All right, so what is my important information? I know that second grade has 19 more students than first grade, so first grade has to have less, right? And I know that the second grade has 68 students. So I'm solving for the part that's less, which means I'm going to be subtracting, right? I'm going to be solving by subtracting. So 68 is how many second graders there are altogether. And I know that is 19 more than first graders. So I'm solving for how many first graders there are. And in the example here, they do the lining up strategy also. So I have 68 minus 19. Okay, I'm starting in my ones place. If I have 8, I can't take away 9. So my next step is to borrow. Come over here, I'm going to borrow a 10, so that 6 becomes a 5. Okay, and I'm going to add that 10 to my 8, so that 8 becomes an 18. 18 take away 9 gives me 9, and 5 take away 1 gives me 4, or a difference of 49. So how many first grade students are there? There's 49 first grade students. That is my unknown. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the independent practice for today. It's asking you to solve each problem any way you choose. Use drawings and equations to help. Show your work. Okay, so we're going to solve, we're going to use drawings and equations, and we're going to show our work, okay? Parts to whole or bar diagrams, that is a way of representing with drawings and equations, okay? So that can count for that piece of it. You'll need that bar diagram or parts to whole, and then how you solved. And I know many of you prefer at this point the lining up strategy, but you can also do an open number line. You might choose to do compensation. You might choose to use breaking apart. It all depends on what strategy you're most comfortable with. Okay. All right, guys, so I would like you to work today on numbers 2, 3, and 4. Don't worry about 5 right now. I'd like you to just concentrate on the first 3 for now. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, but I will be seeing you very soon.